Rajagiri Business School. Easily one among the most preferred B schools in India, offering the students an education at par with the global standards. Besides being a member of the American professional organization AACSB International since May 2018, Rajagiri Business School is also a member of the European Foundation for Management Development (EFMD). RBS has also been accredited by Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs (ACBSP), which is the world's largest international accreditation council, and a specialized accreditation association for business education that supports, celebrates, and rewards teaching excellence,
etc.
The 2-year full-time postgraduate diploma in management (PGDM) offered here is approved by the All India Council for Technical Education (AICTE) and is recognized by Association of Indian Universities (AIU) as an equivalent to an Indian University MBA. The management is supported by a strong 100-member team of experienced and competent faculty and non-teaching staff, as well as world-class facilities and amenities. RBS is ranked in the rank band 51 to 75 in the National Institutional Ranking Framework NIRF India Rankings 2018 under Management Schools segment by Ministry of Human Resource Development (MHRD).
And Deloitte.
Established in 2008, Rajagiri Business School is one of those rare institutions in India which boasts of more than 95% campus placement record consistently year after year. Spread across a picturesque 5-acre campus near Info Park, Kakanad, this Wi-Fi-enabled campus accommodates 10 well-designed lecture halls, 3 state-of-the-art conference halls, computer center, fully modernized auditorium, and a fully automated library. The college also has an incubation center, LicoCon, for budding entrepreneurs who are the alumni of Rajagiri Business School and who wish to be their own boss. RBS also has separate hostel facilities for boys and girls with 24-hour internet connectivity and separate state-of-the-art gymnasiums for boys and girls. Other facilities at RBS include a cafeteria for informal interactions, open-air amphitheatre for musical evenings and program launches, and a proactive placement cell that boasts of an above 95% success rate consistently. RBS is also well known for Diksharambham, the solemn initiation ceremony with a chirat or a lighted lamp, organized to welcome the new students, and Convocation, the solemn ceremony that awards the successful students with their PGDM degree. Rajagiri Business School, creating entrepreneurs for life. Rajagiri Business School, a CMI institution, Rajagiri Valley, PO Kakkanad, Kochi, Kerala, India.
Hello all. Rajagiri Center for Business Studies is more than an institution. It is a world of experiences. It is one of the most prominent and recognized business schools in India. It is situated in picturesque valley of Rajagiri Valley at Kakkanad, Kochi. Rajagiri College of Social Sciences is the first institution under the banner of Rajagiri Vidyapeetham. At Rajagiri Center for Business Studies, we conduct programs like MBA, MHRM, and PGDM. And the campus is very beautiful, and we have world-class infrastructure to cater the needs of management studies. Rajagiri Center for Business Studies serves as a center for immersive learning and holistic value-based education. So here we encourage and promote diverse cultures and students' participation in various academic, non-academic extracurricular activities for their managerial and social skills. Here we conduct a lot of programs like Rajagiri National Business Quiz, Rajagiri Business League in Florey, Transcend, Vanavasams, then Rural Sensitization Camp to develop the managerial and social sensitization skills of our own students. So Rajagiri always offers quality education, and Rajagiri, along with our students and alumni, parents, our world-class faculty, always marching towards the excellence. So once again, I wish all the best for Rajagiri National Business Quiz. Thank you so much.
The first team from corporates is Nexus Consulting. Representing the team, we have Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan, the co-founder and CEO of Nexus Consulting, a knowledge enhancement firm based in Bangalore, India. An alumnus of IIM Bangalore, he co-founded Nexus to work in two spaces as he is passionate about quizzing and sports. He has hosted several prestigious quiz shows across India for school, college and corporate groups, and has moderated panel discussions and chat shows with several personalities from the sporting and business domain. He also anchors a YouTube show called The Road Less Taken. A two-time past winner of Rajagiri NBQ in 2016 and 17 with his teammate Rishikesh, he has been part of quiz teams that have won several national level quizzes. His teammate Rishikesh Verma is the head of content at Nexus Consulting and has led the team over the last 6 years, executing several prestigious pan-India quiz projects including the landmark Juniors Quiz, Metal Meet, Oak IQ and others. He is an expert in creating and curating questions for game shows on TV and OTT platforms. He has also been leading the teams that have powered the content for all South Indian regional language editions of KBC over the last 2 seasons. He has won several national level quizzes with his team CIDs from Kerala. The second team we have is the Tata Consultancy Services, and the first member is Mr. Aniruddha Datta, who has 2 decades of work experience at TCS. He enjoys quizzing because it helps him connect with like-minded people and mingle with some of the best minds in the sports within the country. He was a participant of Rajagiri NBQ in the previous year. The second teammate from TCS is Jayakanthan R. He works as a consultant with TCS in Chennai and he enjoys quizzing, reading and films. The third team is PTJK Files Indonesia. Representing the team, we have Mr. Abhinav Dar, a graduate of BTech from KIIT University Bhubaneswar and MBA from Institute of Management, Nirma University. He is an assistant manager with the company and he did his schooling from Venkateshwar International School, New Delhi. Other than the occasional quizzing habit, he indulges in a multitude of sports from football, cricket, table tennis, swimming, etc. to pass the time and to get away from the general vagaries of life. The second team member is Mr. Karan Kathor. He completed his masters from Institute of Management, Nirma University in the field of marketing and sales. An assistant manager with the company, he did his schooling from DPS Ahmedabad. He plays guitar and creates his own music to have a peaceful time. The next team is IIT Gandhinagar, and we have Mr. Shantanu Sharma, a teaching associate with the writing studio at IIT Gandhinagar. He has been quizzing for more than 10 years now and has also been the quiz master at College Fest in Chandigarh, Jalandhar, Gandhinagar and Bhopal. This is his second appearance in Rajagiri National Business Quiz. The second team member is Dyodhana Banerjee. She holds a PhD in Political Science and is a lecturer in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences at IIT Gandhinagar. She also holds an MA in International Relations from Jadavpur University and an MSc in International Development from the University of Edinburgh. The fifth team we have is Novartis, represented by Mr. Subhadra Das, a quizzer, otaku and product manager, currently working for Novartis. He likes to watch anime, read manga, history books and so on. Accompanying him is Mr. Abhishek, a group head at Novartis Hyderabad, an IIT Varanasi alumni and MBA from Kelly School of Business, Indiana University. He is a regular quizzer and former participant of Rajagiri MP. He loves to read non-fictional books and has won multiple national level quizzes which includes Tata Crucible.
Another totally different product famous because that product was invented thanks to this supercomputer. Which brand or company that has now become a generic trademark came thanks to something that had to be done to this IBM supercomputer, the 1401. I'll give 5 or 6 seconds for teams to warm up, see if they want to, bounce. Any team that wants to bounce, I need to see everybody's hands just so that we're clear. Any teams bouncing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't look like anyone's bouncing. Let's go with JK Files Indonesia.
We will say that so a part of this was broken down, as in only a part of this supercomputer was taken and made into IBM Watson.
It was made into IBM Watson. Nice try, not really. Let's go to Ernst & Young, Ayush and Hio. Do you have an answer?
So we are guessing this is the so IBM basically mass produced this, and this served as sort of inspiration for Ford.
It's inspiration for Ford. Okay, not
So,
really.
like
Let's go to Novartis. Abhishek and Shubroto, what's your answer?
So we are saying that this basically inspired the Apple Mac, the original Apple Mac. Yeah.
Not really. Nice try again. Capgemini, represented by Robi and Sekumadwan.
So we'll say just a guess. they needed a printer, so Epson provided the printer. So printer became a generic okay with the Epson and things.
Nice try, not the printer. Let's go to Bank of New York Mellon, Kapinchal and his partner.
Uh, I guess like it was broken down, and then I think some aviation company, I will guess Honeywell. So they came up with their version of their computer.
Not at all. Thank you. Nice guesses, but really not the right answer. Teams going off track. I said in a totally different industry. All of you gave answers which were in the same industry. So this is the origin of what is called the bubble wrap now. It was originally formed, if you remember, to wrap up the IBM 1401 supercomputer, right? And the Sealy Corporation, therefore, it became a generic, trademark, and so on and so forth. Right, so this is the origin of bubble wrap and the Sealy Corporation. Originally, it was just plastic sheets that were used, and they came up with this invention of the bubble wrap. Right, tough one, or perhaps something that teams did not think about very carefully. A lot of you have heard of the bubble wrap story, but didn't know that it was perhaps used for this IBM 1401. Early start, a slow start for the corporates. Maybe all of you had a heavy lunch, right? But stay awake. Let's go with the next one. Here's the question coming up. I want you to tell me the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year award. He was a winner, or he or she was a winner as part of the team that won this particular collegiate programming contest. All right, here's the question. Here you go. So tell me which individual, famous for a totally different reason, but was like a super duper, programmer, won this, E&Y Entrepreneur of the Year, won this programming contest, the ICPC Foundation, and so on, which is the International Collegiate Programming Contest, right? But was in the news for unfortunate events in 2020. Books also had his company bought over by another large giant, one of the early acquisitions of this large giant. Anyone pouncing? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No one pouncing. Question direct to Ernst & Young. Can you unmute, please?
It's showing direct.
No, it is direct to Ayush and Tio because no one answered the previous question.
Okay, this is Sabir Bhatia of Hotmail fame.
Sabir Bhatia, nice guess, very nice guess. Let's move. Not really the right answer though. Novartis.
So we are guessing that since you said unfortunate event, we are guessing this is Tony CA who died. Zappos.com was acquired by Amazon. So we are guessing coding and all of that.
Absolutely right answer. Plus 20, great opening there. This is Tony CA of Zappos.com. Acquired, in fact, one of the early acquisitions of Amazon. Unfortunately, he passed away at a very, very young age in his mid-40s, right? And a big Silicon Valley person who died, right? So Tony CA, his tribute to him, right? Great answer there by Novartis, plus 20 to you. Well done, Novartis. The next question goes to Capgemini because we're following infinite pounds. Here we go, Capgemini. What you will see is a map, right? The question does not appear there. Just hold on. Please listen to the question before you answer it. All right, but I'm happy if you want to pounce before that. All right, here you go. What you see, what will come up is the map of a place called Shantinagar in Karachi. Now, all of you may have heard of Shantinagar in Bangalore, right? And Shantinagar in Mumbai, Shantinagar. Tell me, why is it named Shantinagar? Or after who is it named Shantinagar? You can tell me the name of the company, or you can tell me the name of an individual. Anyone pouncing? Closing the pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Direct now.
I'm guessing.
Gemini.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a guess. Okay, I don't know. So this is this something to do with Dharampal Gulati and his family? So
not Dharampal Gulati. I know that that was an obituary too, right? But not Dharampal Gulati. Good guess. Why would it be called Shantinagar? Right? Bank of New York Mellon, Kapinjal and team.
Yeah, sir. My guess would be Ghulam Muhammad, the of the main guys behind Mahindra and Mahindra. So the guy is Ghulam Mahindra, the first finance minister of Pakistan.
Not Ghulam Muhammad. Good guess. Again, let's go to team number 1, which is JK Files.
We'll guess that this is the founder of Karachi Bakery.
Founder of Karachi Bakery. And why would we call it Shantinagar?
Maybe his name was Shanti, because I don't know the founder of Karachi Bakery.
Okay, no, it wasn't. Right, it was in fact an Iranian. Not the right answer. Let's move to Ayush and Theo at Ernst & Young.
Is it DCM, Delhi Cloth Mills?
Delhi Cloth Mills. And why would it be called Shantinagar again?
I'm not sure. I'm just guessing.
Okay. Let's pass to Novartis. Let's see if they can get something out of their pocket on this one.
Is it PNB? I mean, Punjab National Bank had its origins in Pakistan, and Lakshmi obviously was the representative. So we had the Lakshmi building and all of that, and Lakshmi brings in Shanti. Hence,
wow. In fact, the only thing I've heard is that Lakshmi does not bring in Shanti; it brings in all the feud. Right? There are enough examples of that. But nice try. All of them going through the standard known histories, right? No one getting this one right. I hope I did not miss any team. No, I think we started with Capgemini, so we didn't miss any team, right? Interestingly, this is another very, very famous businessman of the largest publishing company in India called Bennett Coleman, Times of India, the entire group. So it's named after him, Shantinagar, after Shanti Prasad Jain. SP Jain and all of those colleges are named after him as well. In fact, there are lots of areas in the northern part of India, Punjab, Pakistan. In fact, there's a Shantinagar all the way, even in Dubai, in case you didn't know, named after same Shanti Prasad Jain. Right? So nice one, tough one, sorry, but that's going to be the standard at the corporate part. Of New York Mellon, Kapinjal and team, but open on the buzzer, or rather on the pounds, to everybody else. Here we go. It's before I put it up on screen, I'm going to read the question for you. The name is the result of a brainstorming session in a Tokyo bar after the two founders collected some folks bouncing. Team EMY has already bounced. Give me the answer. They've already given the answer. Anyone else bouncing? 5. Okay, Capgemini is bounced. And any other teams? I'm closing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm closing it on the pounds. Got the answers from both the teams. The question is direct to Bank of New York Mellon. Kapinjal, what's the answer?
Yes, sir. So cut.
Answer, it is super dry. Plus 20 there to Bank of New York Mellon, and two other teams that got it on the pounds as well. Capgemini gets plus 20, and the Ernst & Young team gets plus 20 as well. This is indeed super dry. The two founders really went to Tokyo, and they started hearing everybody was like super this and super that and super this and super that. Right? And therefore they said, why not we make this dry fit athletic clothing? and therefore we name our brand Super Prime. All right. Plus 20 to 3 teams there. Let's see if the scores got refreshed. They did. Fantastic job there by scorers. Here's the next one. One of my favorite questions of this semifinals for all of you. Let's see if you get this. All right. You'll see a visual. Right. I'll explain the question to you. Here we go. Or what did it end up as? Think logically, and you'll get the answer. Think logically, as I said, and you'll get the answer. What's something started as Sagai? What did this eventually end up as? Closing the palms in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the palms. Question to team 1, JK Files.
Okay. We will say this is Talak.
Talak. No? Okay. Nice try. Question to Ernst and Young.
Is it related to Manthan, the Amul movie?
No, not Manthan, the Amul movie. Nice try. Novartis.
I'm guessing that this is the Indo-Pak combinations, and I'm guessing that this ended with the movie Nikah.
The movie Nikah. Okay, what is the business connection of the movie Nikah?
I just thought Sagai will end in a Nikah. That was
No, not really. Not really. Cap Gemini.
Just a abrupt guess. So I will say this is Rajagiri Pictures Family Saga. So something they did on
Something
lately.
to do with Rajagiri Pictures.
Picture, yeah.
No, that's not the right one. Let's see if Bank of New York Mellon got enough time to think about this, is able to get the answer.
I think by the timeline which you gave 1950 and 1950.
I did not give any timeline.
Thinking, of course you didn't give. I'm just thinking of it. So my guess would be what was literally the end of the experiment. Maybe Asian Games was started then, but I don't find any
really.
connection. Sorry.
Really? Okay, now two teams are literally going to jump off their chair because they didn't think a little bit more logically and didn't extend the answer. What starts with a Sagai usually ends with a Shadi. It was Sagai.com that was an engagement portal that later become Anupam Mittal made it Shadi.com because he felt that engagements lead to marriages. So I can see Shubrata and Abhishek both really nodding their head, right? So this was Anupam Mittal's first venture. He called it Sagai.com for engagement ceremonies. And later this became Shadi.com for obviously arranging marriages. I could hear Nikah, I could hear Subrato saying that, I could hear Talak by, the JK Files team. Sorry, you should have just thought a little bit more. I thought this was an interesting way of putting it, right? And in fact, coincidentally, it was named after the movie Sagai, right? Which is why it was a very clear, nice connection as well, right? And not just some random picture that I picked up. All right, so this is Sagai.com, which became Shadi.com. All right, hope you're enjoying the quiz. I don't know who's scoring, right? But I hope all of you are enjoying it, and we're having fun. This is just some set of questions that we collected over the last 1 year, right? So hopefully everybody is having fun. All right, here's the next one. The question I think is to E and Y. It was the last direct was to PTJK Files. Here's the next question to E and Y. I need a 6-letter connection. Think carefully. Work this one out. You see 3 picture of Air India. You see to give you more clues and get some people scoring or scoring positive or negative. The lady on the elderly lady is Sarla Birla. The one at the bottom, the younger lady, is very well known, Deepika Chikalia. The two air hostesses are just a picture. Think of an identity of Air India and give me a 6-letter connection.
Can I answer?
Yes, passing it now to Ernst & Young. No one found. I'm just looking at my phone. Somebody.
For some reason, I'm thinking the 6-letter word is Swagat. Swagat was the in-house magazine for Air India. I don't know the other connections, but I'm thinking Swagat.
Good try. It is a 6-letter word, but the other two don't connect with Swagat. Right? But very nice try. That's exactly the sort of tries that we need. Let's move to the next team, which is Novartis. Novartis, do you have a guess?
So we are guessing the 6-letter connection is Kuka.
As in Bobby Kuka.
Yes.
Okay, if I counted that right, that's 5 letters.
Okay, we spelled it wrong. Maybe. Double K and double O.
Okay, not really. It's not Bobby Kuka. Let's move to Cap Gemini.
Again, Mitesh is an abrupt guess. So, is it anything to do by the, because Shita was otherwise known by the or something.
Vaidehi is a 7-letter word. I'm just counting my alphabets.
Yeah.
All nice tries. All seem to connect to one of the three, not all three. Tell me the connection now, Bank of New York Mellon.
Yeah, sir. So my guess would be Palace, P-A-L-A-C-E. So Palace in the sky is their tagline, right? Of
Palace in the sky? No, not really. What's the connection with the other two?
Palace basically is Sarla Birla. She was no, sir. Just Palace, just from one option, I guess.
General guess. Okay, no problem. Let's move to JK Files.
Yeah, I'll guess a 7-letter word because we don't have any better guesses. So we'll say this is Jharoka, which is what you see in the windows of most Air India planes. So the design there is.
Actually, because maybe you thought the first 6 were tough, you went with very tough ones here as well, right? Here's the answer, and I'll again see a lot of you hitting yourself for this. The answer is Konark. Right? So Konark was the original logo. I said identity of Air India. Right? None of you thought about the logo of Air India. It's called the Konark Sun logo. The Konark Sarla Birla Art Museum. And all of you remember Deepika Chikalia did not become famous, as Sita first. She became famous as the brand ambassador of Konark TV for 10 years. Right? Before she was, and that was the reason why she was even selected to be Sita. Right, that's how Raman Sagar, spotted her, and so there's a long story behind it. Right, so this is Konark, which is the connection. All right, anybody wants to do some Vastu changing and stuff like that you could do in a physical quiz, right? I really need to change Vastu, I think, to get one question answered very quickly. Let's see. I hope the next question going to Novartis, I'm fairly certain this one will get answered. Let's see, but open on the pounds for everybody else as well. Here's the next question. Shown here is the first product of a company which was a JV with a British company. The resulting entity hit a jackpot due to what event in the 1980s, early 1980s, and which was the company? Sorry, for some reason showing buzzer around now. Hold on, I'll just correct that for you.
It's also showing TCS.
Yeah, got it. Just hold on. Tell me if this is fine. Tell me, shown here is the first product of a company, which was a JV with a British company. All words, when you write words there, you'll always see that everything is important in the question. The resulting entity hit a jackpot due to what event in the early 1980s? So tell me the name of the company and tell me what event in the 1980s was this particular product. It hit a jackpot. This is not how you would usually see the product. I don't know why. Rajagiri team, please do not, keep switching, because I'm not clicking anything on buzzer. Is anyone bouncing? Closing remarks. Question direct to Novartis. Novartis, you have a guess?
So what we are guessing is that this is some TV JV, because TV actually took off with the Asian Games telecast and everything. That was what we are seeing is the event in the early 1980s. That is the Asian Games live telecast and all started happening, and we are saying that the JV was of Onida. With the British company. We don't know what the English company is.
Okay, no problem. Passing you to the next team. Let's go to Capgemini.
Mitesh, so the guess is this is Vodafone. Railway Telecom, who used to make the military equipments and things. So 1980s onwards, the mobile phone and GPS was been allowed for the public use and things. So that's why after that, Korean Airlines flight and things. So that's how the things are.
No, nothing to do with that. All nice guesses. Let's move to the next team. Bank of New York Mellon.
It looks like a stabilizer. Okay, so my guess would be BPL maybe. Sorry, pass.
And what's the event?
I think no sir, pass.
Okay, let's pass to JK Files.
Yeah, we'll guess this is BPL only because of the GV with, I think, British Physical Laboratories. And we'll say this is the Asian Games 82.
That's the full right answer, plus 20. It was between three teams that I got the full right answer. Well, answered their JK Files. I'm so happy, more because somebody started answering the questions, right? Plus 20 there to JK Files, plus 10 to Novartis, plus 10 to Bank of New York Mellon for giving BPL.
Shit, yeah.
You just happen to be on YouTube streaming.
So sorry.
No worries. We'll try to digitally edit it out or not, just to troll you later. It is BPL and the 1980 Asian Games, and these were the stabilizers originally used. You can see how ugly they were. These were originally used for that, right? So good scoring. Finally, teams have started scoring, right? Hopefully, things will become easier. Here's the next one coming up. Should be an easy one in my mind, at least. Question is direct to EY, Ernst & Young. Here's your question. How is this? You'll see a visual coming up. How is this both an exception and a rule? How was this an exception and a rule? So just to give you where the map is in case you're not able to see it, and I'll give you some legend. Don't worry about, that. This is you see a map with a legend which says March 24th to June 10th, 1999. It shows the number of bombs, 50, 100, 150, 200. That's the legend of the circles, right? So tell me, how is this both an exception as well as the rule? Anyone pouncing? So this is, in case you folks don't get this, this is the map of Yugoslavia. So before it was split, right? This is the map of Yugoslavia. So think of it. It's a very, very famous, business thing. I see someone bouncing. Capgemini is bounced. Anyone else bouncing before I close it? So I need to know both why was this an exception and the rule. So a couple of more words, Robbie. Give you a
Yes, I am giving you. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I'll wait it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so
We're close to the pounds anyway. So, Ernst & Young, please be ready with your answer.
can I answer?
Hold on. I'm just waiting for Robbie to finish typing. Okay, got it. Got your answer. ENY, go for it.
So this should be the golden arches rule, which basically says two countries with a McDonald's in it don't go to war with each other, like something like that. And Yugoslavia was split into two countries, so I think that is why it's an exception and a rule.
Okay, I'll give that to you, plus 20. You didn't get the entire facts right? But largely, since you were there, and it'd be very difficult to get more additional small trivia on that, it'll be tough, right? So plus 20 there to Ernst & Young, and fantastic, pounds there by Capgemini as well. Plus 20 to Capgemini as well. Very well answered there, Robbie, right? And Setu?
Sorry, Mitesh, actually the score for Novartis should be 30. I don't know if it's not visible there. Just wanted to confirm with you.
Yes, it should be 30. Scorers, please note. Novartis got a 10 points earlier. Yes. Good catch. Right. The answer on this one for everybody, this is shortly after the book, The Lexus and the Olive Tree was published, NATO bombed Yugoslavia. So Thomas L. Friedman, who wrote the Golden Arches theory of conflict prevention, he states that no two countries that both had a McDonald's had fought a war against each other since each got its McDonald's. So in the first year of the bombing, interestingly, McDonald's restaurants in Belgrade were demolished by the Serbian people and were rebuilt only after the bombing ended. Right? So in the 2000 edition of the book, Friedman argued that this is an exception that proved the rule, that the war ended quickly. He argued partly because the Serbian population did not want to lose their place in the global system symbolized by McDonald's. Right? So it was a very interesting, both the rule and the exception in the same book. Right? But since all of you were like roughly there, and I gave that to you, plus 20 to ENY and plus 20 to Capgemini. Well answered there. Question now direct to Novartis. Novartis, you will see 3 visuals, right? See the visuals first, and then I'll ask you the question. And can I request all of you to just sit straight, please, because your video is like not coming very well on this thing, right? Like half your thing is cut. So thank you for that, right? Now let me tell you the question. I want a connection, right? And if you think hard and listen to what I'm saying very carefully, if you think hard, you will not grapple with the answer. What is the question? Therefore, tell me what is the connection. Okay, you see a business personality, you see a business place, and you see another business entity, which is Milo. So PVR, Milo, and a business personality. If all of you are okay, I'll tell you who the business personality is as well. This is GD Birla, just to make things interesting. So tell me what would be the connection. As I said, if you think hard, you will not grapple with the answer. Anyone pouncing? I did see Capgemini pounced. Closing the pounce. Let's go with Novartis.
So the answer is wrestler. Milo was a wrestler. GD Birla was an avid wrestler. So I'm just connecting the two and guessing the answer as wrestler.
Absolutely right answer. Well done, Novartis. The answer is wrestler or wrestling. That's why I said grapple. Indeed, GD Birla wanted to be a wrestler and later sponsored many akhadas. Interestingly, Milo clearly was a wrestler. If you all remember the ancient Greek wrestler Milo of Croton. And the PVR founder, Lala Sen Das, got his name Bijli Pahalwan, and that's how you have Bijli as the surname, because he was Bijli Pahalwan, right? And he was a wrestler too, right? So that's the connection, wrestling or wrestler. Great plus 20 there to Novartis. However, Capgemini unfortunately got the wrong answer. You guessed Woodward's Gripe Water, which is not the right answer. The right answer, as you all heard, was wrestling. So minus 10 there to Capgemini. All right, folks, let's move to the next one. This is the final question of this round. Since the answer was given by Novartis, the next one goes to Capgemini. So Robi and Setu, here's your chance of getting back. You see a visual again. Please wait for my question, but up to you. Completely up to you. All right, here you go. So you see the visual. You see a name there. It says Ristiard O. On Ghusha, however that's pronounced. This guy was an Irish military officer and businessman. He was from Cork in Ireland. He got his present name while he was in the service of King Louis XV of France. And his surname gave rise to a very, very famous brand. Right? Tell me how we know his surname better. Very workoutable. I already have some buzzers. I have Ernst & Young, BNY. Closing the pounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Close the pounds. Let's go for it. Question to Capgemini. Yes, Setu.
Yeah. So this is Angostura, the aromatic bitters.
Angostura. Good guess. Angostura bitters. They were from Trinidad and Tobago, if I remember right. Right, not from Ireland. Let's move to Ernst & Young has, Bank of New York Mellon pounced. JK Files, your question.
Yeah, because this island will just say Guinness.
Not Guinness. Good guess though. Novartis. Ernst & Young is
Hennessy.
Who was answering?
Novartis, Abhishek.
Abhishek, hi, yeah. What was your answer?
Hennessy.
Hennessy is the absolutely right answer. Well done. You can, if you just pronounce that name very differently, this is Richard Hennessy, which is Irish for Ristiard O. Onusha. Right, so this is Hennessy, the brand. Great answer there, folks. Right, 3 teams get that right. Novartis gets 20, Ernst & Young gets 20, and Bank of New York Mellon also gets 20. So that's, please increase their scores accordingly. Ernst & Young gets 20, Bank of New York Mellon 20, and Novartis 20. The last one to get this answer right was Novartis. So question again to Capgemini. Okay, but I think we're done with 10 questions. Very quickly, the scores. Early days, Novartis at 70, Ernst & Young at 60, Bank of New York Mellon at 50, Capgemini at 30, and JK Files at 20. Well done, teams. I hope all of you have got a hang of the quiz, right, and are enjoying it. Let's get to the next round. And I'd really like to see all of your hands a little ahead. I know, sorry for that, right? Don't mind me saying that again and again. Here's we go. The first question is to Bank of New York Mellon. You'll see a visual, and I'll read out a question. But if you want to go with the visual, that's up to you. All right? But I think you'll want to wait. Here's the first one to Bank of New York Mellon. You see a visual. I'm looking for a brand. The brand itself gets its name from the word for tobacco. And this is the Taino-Indian, head logo, which is a graphic depiction of a particular native tribe. Tell me whose logo, very, very famous brand, is this? Okay, I got Capgemini already pouncing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the pounce. Bank of New York Mellon.
So yes, sir. So it's a very famous cigar brand. Cohiba, Cohiba.
It is right. That is Cohiba. Absolutely right. Nice answer. Cohiba is the right answer. Plus 20 there to Bank of New York Mellon. And plus 20 there to Capgemini, which also pounced. Great answer there by Capgemini. On the bounce, Cohiba. Absolutely right. This is Cohiba. The Taino-Indian word for tobacco also happens to be Cohiba. Great answer. Question now to Capgemini. Capgemini, it's a text question. Here's the question coming up. It's a fantasy figure of early childhood in Western cultures involving a tradition. This tradition is recorded in writings as early as the Eddas, which is circa 1200, which was the earliest written record of Norse and Northern European traditions. A 2013 survey by Visa found that American children receive $3.70 on an average in this tradition. In the Norse culture, certain items were said to bring good luck in battle, and Scandinavian warriors hung them on a string around their necks. What fantasy figure and which company owns that term as a trademark? Pounces in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I request, the Capgemini team to have their hand up? The other member, please. All right, I've closed the pounce. Question to Capgemini. Sorry, not Cap. It is Capgemini. Yes. TBNY has already asked. Go for it.
Is this the? Oh no, that's just for lack of better answer. Is the Lakan Booth brooch of Shivas?
No, not the Lakan Booth brooch of Shivas. Moving to Novartis.
So we think that this is, since it is children and all of that, we see that this is a tradition related to tooth fairies, where when your teeth falls, the tooth, you give it to the tooth fairy, and tooth fairy gives you some money back. And we are saying that the company that owns that term as a trademark would be Colgate.
Would be Colgate. Okay, I saw ENY team do this, right? Because that was their answer. That's absolutely right. Beautiful answer there. It is Tooth Fairy, very well worked out, and Colgate, very well done. Novartis and Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, type that out on a pounce. Plus 20 to Ernst & Young, plus 20 to Novartis. Very, very well answered. Beautifully worked out. Okay, picking up some pace. Here's the next one. The product has its origins mainly in ancient India and was produced by boiling sugarcane and consumed in pieces, hence the name. A phrase which has the generic product name in it originally referred to the feature of a TV program. It meant a thing or person that offers visual appeal but not much substance. According to the OED, it first appeared in 1978 in an issue called the Hammond Daily Star. Dash dash is more blatant. Dash dash as one network executive calls it. What is the product and what is the phrase? Pounces open for 5 seconds. I'd really like to see everybody's hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have 1 pounce from Team ENY. I need 2 answers there, please. ENY, I won't wait for more. Got it. Okay, let's move. Whose question was this? It was Novartis who answered. So ENY, it was your direct. I don't know why you pounced. So you can answer it on your direct.
Ayush, answer.
Yeah, so this is candy and eye candy. So candy comes from Khand.
That's the right answer. It is candy from Khanda or Skanda and eye candy. Very nicely worked out. Great answer. Plus 20 there to Ernst & Young. Very well worked out. You did not have pounced on your own question, but clearly you knew it. That's why you were confidently pouncing. Great one. Here's the next one. And again, I'd like to see all the hands up. Right? I know one of you is on the phone and that makes it very difficult. Okay, but I just want to be careful about that, right? Because we have some text questions. Here's the next one. The next question goes to JK Files. Here you go. Abhaji Palav was the son of a textile mill worker who worked in Mumbai textile mills and was obsessed with films. He worked as a laborer but dreamt of films. He worked hard to set up Jagrati Studios in Chembur. A movie in which he acted inspired something popular in a recent movie. The recent one features a character who is a sales executive with Hamadu Electronics and also has a PhD. How do we better know Abhaji Palav? And what was the inspiration which featured a Volkswagen Combi? 2 parts. Tell me how you know Rajagiri Palav, and tell me something that featured a Volkswagen Combi. Very comfortable. Bounce closes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ENY has already bounced.
Okay.
Bounce is closed. Again, someone's streaming. Folks, we get an echo as soon as that happens. If you're seeing YouTube or you're seeing any other thing, we'll immediately get to know. I really request not to do that. Okay, the question was to JK Files.
Okay, I'll say this is the movie Ludo. and in it the song "O Beta Ji," and of course the truck, as in the truck in which he was transporting everybody, is a Volkswagen Combi, we will say. And who is Abhaji Palav? We will say, as in one of the two protagonists in the song, maybe, as in Beta Ji or Babuji.
Okay, passing you. The next one is to Bank of New York Mellon.
Yeah, hello. Yes, so how do you know him? So basically, Abaji Padav is known by his better name, Bhagwan Dada, and of course in the song featuring Pankaj Tripathi, O Beta Ji, O Babuji. This song was featured in a Volkswagen Kombi.
Very well, nicely answered. Plus 20 there to Bank of New York Mellon. Plus 20 to Team ENY for getting both parts right. It is indeed Bhagwan Dada, who is known as Abhaji Palav, right? And obviously the very famous Kismat Ki Hawa, O Beta Ji, O Babuji, that featured in the movie Ludo, right? Where you can see Pankaj Tripathi, playing that song when he enters it, right? And that's kind of the background song in the movie, made it very, very popular from the original movie Albela, right? Great question, answer there. Sorry, I was going to say great question. It actually is a great answer. Right, well done. Bank of New York Mellon, 20 points to you. Ernst & Young, 20 points to you. 10 points there to JK Files for getting one half of the answer right as well. Right? Plus 10. I'm surprised you didn't get Bhagwan Dada, but maybe that just slipped your mind. No worries at all. All scores updated. You can see ENY is really pulling away. Here's the next one. It was named Adage #1 marketer of the year. Its own marketing brief was don't make ads, make dash. The brands span beauty, entertainment, food, consumer packaged goods, and so on and so forth. What is being talked about here? It included designs by Donny and Pounds Cat Cafe. So as the quiz would have it, Pounds features in a different way here as well. So who or what is being talked about here? I already see Novartis and ENY, both of them have bounced. Closing the bounce now. Close it. Who was the question to? I think the last one was answered.
Capgemini. It was to Capgemini.
Yeah. So question is to Capgemini.
Is it TikTok?
And why TikTok?
Oh, Mitesh, don't make ads, make TikToks.
That's the right answer. Don't make ads, make TikToks. Right, very well done. Plus 20, well worked out between the two of you. Don't make ads, make TikToks. It became a verb. Again, one of the latest entrants back into being a brand becoming a verb. Don't make ads, make TikToks. That's the answer. Plus 20 there to Capgemini. Plus 20 to Bank of New York Mellon. And plus 20 to Novartis. Well done there. 3 teams getting plus 20. Here's the next one. Let's see if the scores got published. Let's wait for it. Great. Next question to Bank of New York Mellon. The next question to Novartis, because we are going reverse. Here's the next one. You'll see a visual. All right, it's a long one. I'll explain it if you don't want to pass it, but I'll leave it to you. The dash shows around the world have essentially become extinct, all but one, which is the one in the visual. It is in a place called Bend in Oregon, USA. Its origins can be traced back to Cook Data Services, founded by David Cook in 1978. When Dash decided to offer people the opportunity to spend the night at this one last store, it turned to Twitter, more specifically to a single tweet from the iconic store itself. So Dash gave all of this a beautiful example of being kind and letting us rewind. The question is, since some of you have already pounced before the question, right? The question is, tell me the blank and tell me who came up with this particular tweet. As in who took the tweet and sponsored it in an ad. So you see that ad on the left, who came up with that? So BMI, can you clarify the second part? You have to use the second part. Okay, got it. Three teams are bounced, EY, Capgemini, and EMI. And I'm closing the bounce. Let's move. Novartis.
Yeah, it's Blockbuster last store and Airbnb.
Perfect answer. It is Blockbuster and Airbnb. Very well done. Beautifully worked out. There will be plus 20 there to Novartis. Unfortunately, minus 10 to Bank of New York Mellon. You got the first part because it's Blockbuster, but you said Netflix on the second part. Capgemini, Blockbuster, and Airbnb. Perfectly right. Ernst & Young also gets it perfectly right. So 20 to EY, 20 to Capgemini, minus 10 to Bank of New York Mellon, plus 20 to Novartis. All right.
The A2 screen is blank. Okay. It's back. It's back.
Okay, no worries. We're just waiting for it to update scores, nothing else. Let's move to the next question. Okay, again, please be careful. Don't buzz by seeing the visual. That's not what we want. Here we go. This has a guy called Hamdi Ulukaya. To Indians, there might be two PJs or two quiz questions, depending on how you want to look at it, thanks to his ethnicity and place of origin. Tell me either the two PJs or the two quiz questions. The PJs can be essentially just two words. Okay, wait for bounces. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Closing the bounce. This was Novartis's earlier question. So the next question goes to ENY.
One second. So one should be Lesbos. I think he's Greek, so it should be Lesbos one. And the second one, Ayush, can you guess?
This is nice like your delegated.
So he's Greek and probably from Lesbos.
No, not the right one. Let's move from ENY. I move to JK Files. JK Files, do you have an answer?
We'll say his country is Turkey, so the bird turkey, and that is one of the quiz questions. How does it get its name? And
from his name?
No, the place of origin, you said, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And
what's the other one?
Yeah, I'll pass on it. Yeah.
Okay, passing you. Let's move to Bank of New York Mellon.
Yeah, so Hamdi Ulukaya is a founder of a brand called Chobani. So the PJ or the fun part would be this Chobani Greek or yogurt. So as in that funda.
Okay, I didn't get the PJ there, but must be something, right? Not the right one. Let's move to Capgemini.
So obviously he's from Turkey, and I say he's from a Kurdish ethnicity. So I say since he's Kurdish and yogurt and India curd, so that could be the PJ. One of
well worked out. That's exactly the PJ I wanted. He's a curd, right? And he manufactures, obviously curd. In India, that would be a PJ. Right, and obviously the Turkish origin, interestingly, is he's from the village of Çoban or Koban, and Koban also means curd. All right, so that was also a PJ. So very interestingly, that was the nice link. I think people went to the Greek and all of that thing. He does Greek yogurt, right? But that's just a manufacturing process. But the whole funda is curd and curd, right? Very well worked out, Capgemini. Plus 20 there to you, right? Great going. Please increase Capgemini's score by plus 20. Well done. I think you're back in the reckoning. Here you go. The 8th question. Contrary, I'm going to show you the question. Contrary to what is popularly known, some of them signed contracts with the people with the hope of winning glory and prize money. The most successful ones even endorsed products. Their sweat was mixed into facial creams and other cosmetics. Some of them even organized themselves into some sort of trade unions called or collegia. They were divided based on their record, skill level, and experience, and their original role in acts were part of funeral ceremonies. Who are we talking about? pounce in 5 seconds once you've read the question. I see
Nitish,
ENY.
direct.
The last one was answered by you guys, so it's Novartis. ENY, are you pouncing? Closing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the pounce. Novartis.
So the only thing I'm going with is the part of funeral ceremony. So I'm guessing that these are all the dancing pallbearers. The meme, the entire meme that came up with the dancing pallbearers. We say.
Not the dancing pallbearers. Nice guess. That was one of the things. If somebody Googled, that's the first answer that would come. Actually, I'm not saying don't Google it. I'm just saying that. Right. But that's why I heard it in a particular way. There are other parts that you should have thought of. Right in that. Go for it. Team ENY.
I think this is race horses. So horses used to pull carriages, funeral carriages, and winning glory, races, prize money.
No, not race horses. Yes, all of that fits in. That's what does it have to do with business? Remember that, right? Not race horses. Again, participants, please don't stream. Right? We can already see here an echo. Move forward to JK files.
Yeah. Don't have a good guess, but we'll say these are Amway sales people.
Not Amway sales people. Bank of New York Mellon.
I guess these are the Roman gladiators, just guessing.
And why would that be a guess?
There would be a guess because the Roman gladiators are also divided, based on their records, skill and stuff, So this is what I call.
Okay, great answer. Plus 20 is actually Roman gladiators, right? Very interestingly, gladiators, if you go back and read the history of gladiators back then, they were the first brand ambassadors, right? Because people would actually put those charts behind them. Gladiators would win races, win all these contests, and therefore people would sell a lot of products thanks to names of gladiators. So if you remember Maximus and all of that, right? They were the first brand ambassadors in the original sense of the word brand ambassador. All right. So that's the Roman gladiators. Very well worked out there, Bank of New York Mellon. Nice answer. Plus 20 there to you. You're back in the reckoning as well. So this is going to be a really, really hot battle. Here's the penultimate question, a visual. All that I want is a very specific 1952 brand. A brand that started in 1952. Tell me from this visual. All right, here you go. Let me know if anybody's pouncing. Okay, already got JK Indonesia, went for it. Good crack. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the pounce. The last one was answered by Bank of New York Mellon. Capgemini, it's your direct. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hey, Mitesh, this is a lack of a better guess. Okay, Colliers.
Not Colliers. Good guess on Colliers. Not Colliers. Let's go to Novartis. BNY had already closed the pounce. I can't accept your answer now.
Okay, so we are guessing gold spot.
Hold on. This is Novartis's guess.
Yeah, gold spot. We are guessing gold spot because of orange pride and everything that is there. So we are guessing gold spot.
That's the right answer. It is gold spot. Absolutely. It says orange pride and all that. You were too late, BNY. I closed the pounce long back. Plus 20 there to Novartis. Please be quick. If you're pouncing, just say you're pouncing and then I'll wait for your answer.
Yes, sure. Actually, I've raised my hand here. I thought you'll see that.
No, I was very clear that you just say pounce. And I said nobody else has done anything, so I'm closing the pounce.
Oh, actually, I just typed in. I don't know. Okay, then it's fine, sir. So it's all right. All right.
No problem. Let's move on. We still have quite a few questions. Don't worry about it. Here's the next one. The final question on the
not okay. That's fine. Sorry, Mitesh. Just now got it.
Mitesh, we also get 20 points. JK
That's 20 points to JK files as well. They got it on the pounce. They got gold spot, right? Here we go. Here's the final question of the anti-clockwise round. What I want is what happened here, and you have to be very specific about your answer. Right? I won't expect or accept, some roundabout answers on this one. It's a very specific event. Here you go. This is an airport in Real, Spain, which was closed from 2012 till 2019. Something happened in 2013 with an estimated budget of $5 million on a closed runway in the airport that caught the world's attention. Memes with Ajay Devgan were circulated on Indian websites. So what exactly happened? I already have Team ENY bouncing. I'm going to give 5 more seconds. Please let me know if you're bouncing. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just hold on. Sir, just hold on, sir.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll only accept BNY's bounce.
We have pounced already.
Yeah, I've already got your answer. There's no problem. It's BNY, EY, and JK who have bounced. Okay, I wanted a very, very specific answer. Okay, go for it. Now, whose question direct was this? The last one was answered
by Novartis.
By Novartis. So EY, it's correct.
This is the Volvo ad where Jean-Claude Van Damme splits with 2 trucks.
Absolutely right. Perfectly right. This is the Jean-Claude Van Damme's Volvo ad where he does the splits. And obviously the Ajay Devgan reference you can clearly see there, right? Lots of memes came out thanks to that, right? And so on and so forth. And if you remember, Van Damme did a series of these ads, but the first ad he did was this Volvo split truck ad. Great answer there. Plus 20 there to ENY. Plus 20 to Bank of New York Mellon as well. Great answering there. And plus 20 to JK Indonesia as well. Let's see the scores updated. Okay, here are the scores before we enter the final buzzer round. We have 160 points, EY leading, Novartis at 150, Bank of New York Mellon at 140, Cap Gemini at 110, and JK Files at 70. What an exhilarating semifinals it's been. This is amazing work by all the teams out there. We're going to move now to the buzzer round. May I request
Can you wait a second? It just went off this buzzer. I mean, it's just showing wait for.
No problem at all. We're going to act. All right. All of you good? I'm going to reset it. So hold on.
So Mitesh, question will not come in the screen for buzzer.
Nothing is on screen.
Okay.
Right. We use the same policy. I will complete the question. If somebody buzzes and gives the wrong answer, we'll still go for the second part. All right. All right. So there will always be 2 attempts on the buzzer.
So the buzzer will be reset after first attempt?
No. So let's say I said, what is the capital in somebody buzzed?
Okay.
Right. Then I go for the second one. I won't go for the second one if the entire question has been given.
Okay.
Right. Only if the key part of the question has not been given. All right. All set. Folks on YouTube, there's someone streaming. Right. We immediately get an echo as soon as someone opens even another browser. Okay, let's begin. All set, everyone. I'm going to reset the buzzers. Please hold on. Don't kind of, do anything. Folks, please don't buzz. Here's the first question for the corporate semifinals buzzer round coming up. Please, this isn't the entire question. That's my only suggestion to you, but it's completely up to you. 2 IBM employees sold their patent. Did anybody buzz? Okay, I'm seeing the ENY teams as a buzz. Can you please make sure that it's reset?
Buzzed. Yeah, we haven't buzzed.
Okay, hold on.
Can you reset?
sold their patent in 1952 for $15,000.
Okay, so this is the Abhishek, barcode.
Okay, very well worked out. It is the barcode. Very well done. This is Norman Woodland, who was an IBM employee. This is the barcode. Very well done. 15 points to Novartis. So please add 15. Please remember it's plus 15 minus 5. 4 more questions to go. Top 2 make it. So it's not necessary you have to win. You only have to be in the top 2. All right. Here's the next question. Listen to the question carefully. Lipstick sales are said to have increased in times of struggle. Some even say that, the lipstick effect is named after that, especially during the financial crisis of 2008. But with people wearing masks, okay, Bank of New York Mellon, I have not completed anything. Go for it.
Yeah. So, sir, it has been changed. So the main lipstick index was given by, this guy. So this is now changed to the mascara, the index. Because now people are wearing mask and all. So your lipstick are hidden. So basically the sales of mascara or your eyeliners, the sales increase as the income is down.
What is your answer? I don't want such a long explanation. I want one answer. Don't give me two.
Lipstick index got changed by mascara index or eyeliner.
Okay, I'm going to go with your first answer that you gave me. Let's move on. You cannot buzz anymore. I haven't completed the question. Okay, here's the question. But with people wearing masks, yeah, I'm resetting it. Okay, please reset.
It's still red for me, sorry.
It's
You can check again.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Cool. Folks, sorry, Pinjal, I gave you a chance. You gave 2 answers. I was very clear, give me 1 answer. No, I will not accept anything more. Right?
Yeah, I buzzed.
I buzzed, Mitesh.
Okay, go for it.
Eyeliner, Mitesh.
It is the eyeliner effect. I was very, very clear.
Both are same, right?
No, it is not the same, right? The specific you have to listen to my question, right? I was very clear with you. I asked you, give me 1 answer. You didn't allow me to complete the question. The question was, but with people wearing masks and hence lipsticks not visible, the sales of mascara was seen to increase. What is the effect called in the new normal? I had mascara in my question, right? So obviously I couldn't accept it. You didn't wait for the question. That's my point. And you gave 2 answers and helped another team.
Fine, sir.
Right? So you've got to be careful. That's all I can say. Right? Please listen to the question. I gave you a very, very fair chance on that.
Just a question. How many questions are there in the buzzer? 5. Right?
Second question done. 3 more. So just for the scorers, -5 to Bank of New York Mellon, plus 15 to Capgemini. And again, there's an echo. There's someone who's streaming. Okay, here we go. Please listen to the question again. Requesting all of you to listen to the question. I will stop as soon as I hear someone buzzing here. I see that immediately. All right? Here you go. If it refers to bull in the language of its country of origins and has nothing to do with the country where the name is controversial, what brand are we talking about? If it refers to bull, B-U-L-L, in the language of its country of origins, and has nothing to do with the country where the name is controversial, what brand are we talking about? Go for it, Bank of New York Mellon.
Okay, so my guess would be Lamborghini.
Not Lamborghini. Unfortunately, that's a -5 to Bank of New York Mellon. The answer is Brahma beer, because it was under pressure to change its name because of resemblance to the Hindu god Brahma. Brahma translates actually to bull in Portuguese, and as Anheuser-Busch has already stated, has nothing to do at all with the Hindu religion, right? So the answer is there. I will reset you. So we have 2 more questions to go. Theoretically, if I'm right, you can score 30 points. So Novartis clearly has made it. So I'm assuming that they are not going to, touch their buzzer unnecessarily. It's a big battle between 3 teams: Ernst & Young, Capgemini, and Bank of New York Mellon. Any of them can make it. Ernst & Young will hopefully play it safe. Capgemini will really want to, move forward. And Bank of New York Mellon, you still have a chance to equalize. All right, here we go.
But how, sir?
You just get both right and get 30 points. So you'll be at 160.
Okay.
Right? So therefore, then we do a tiebreaker. All right? Clear? Here's the next question. This idea, pioneered by a microbiologist, anyone buzzing? His name was Dixon Despomier, is a big business in places like UAE and Singapore, with a lot of skyscrapers, and has therefore enticed all sorts of investors from a variety of entrepreneurs and so on. What relatively new business, which saw a record 750 plus million of venture capital invested in this industry in the first 3 quarters of 2020 itself? It was an idea pioneered by a microbiologist called Dixon Despomier. Despommier. Think of skyscrapers, think of microbiologist. Okay, Capgemini had to go for it. Go for it, Capgemini.
Yeah. So vertical farming or skyscraper farming? Or
that's the right answer. It is vertical farming. Absolutely right. That's what I was looking for. Plus 15 there. I don't know if this is going to be enough for you to get to, the semifinals, but I think we already have our 2 finalists. We may not need the last question. If you update Capgemini's score by plus 15, the scorecard will be very clear. So we have our top 2 finalists already. Great job by all the teams. Ernst & Young didn't do anything silly in the final 5 with the buzzer. 165, Novartis gets in. Congratulations to make it to the national finals. Ayush and Theo from Ernst & Young make it 2 at 160 points. Unfortunately, Capgemini and Bank of New York Mellon, very well played. Great answers by both the teams. And JK Files, you don't make it, but very, very well done. Beautifully answered, right? I hope all of you had fun. Thank you very much. We have only one request of the Novartis team. Abhishek, we just can't see you at all because there's a huge light behind you. All right, so you will have to change your position for the national finals. But thank you and see you all in the national finals. And we look forward